So we're about 3 days in to our Wu Style Immersion Week at Brookline Tai Chi. And it's really cool. We've got people who are here from Vancouver, Texas, Chicago, New York, all over. And they've all come together to work with our senior instructors for a week of Tai Chi. So what they did, we started last Saturday, and we've been doing 2 sessions a day. 2.5 hours in the morning, 2.5 hours in the afternoon. And even though I'm not there as often as I wanted, I can't participate as much this year as I had hoped, I'm seeing the folks who are going through these sessions, and watching them at day 3 and 4 out of 6 is really interesting. Most of them are doing pretty well, but there are a couple of things about it that can be sort of, I don't know, not assumptions that you want to make or an attitude that you want to have going into the training. Sometimes it's going to help you, and sometimes it's going to make it a lot tougher. So some people look at this, right? They look at a week of Tai Chi and think, oh man, I can learn this, I can learn this, and I can pack it all in because I don't have time to do this otherwise. So I'm going to block everything out, show up for a week, and get tons of information. That's wrong. Don't quite think about it. It's true in a lot of ways. But if you go along with that and think about this really linear progression of I'm going to build this, and I'm going to get this, I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get this, you have complete burnout by Sunday afternoon, 2 days in. You won't even make it. Instead, the people that are the most successful at this and who are maintaining their energy levels the most, and don't get me wrong, there's saturation for everybody. It's tons of work. But the people that are doing the best right now are the ones who realize that it's much more cyclical, right? There are these peaks and valleys, not only to your energy level and your physical stamina, but to your mind, your focus, your ability to hold a Tai Chi mind, right? Where you're taking in information, you're not getting stuck on anything, and that's really difficult, especially if you're in new learning mode. It's really different than just regular practice where you can kind of drift through it and, there's a different set of issues. But these people the folks who are there, who are seeing that, I get a little bit more, I focus on it for a few minutes, try to integrate it, try to feel what it's like, then I rest, let it absorb, let it soak into my system, and I go back for a little bit more. The people that can constantly make that shift are basically riding this long wave where they see the natural peaks and valleys to their energy as they go through a week like this. And what's so cool is that above and beyond, is it Tai Chi, is it Qigong, whatever it is this subject or that subject, those hooks get people interested. But to me, what I see, the bigger lesson and the bigger value of a week-long training is that you're getting a sense of these energetic and mental and physical cycles. So it's this layer on top of, okay, what's the particular subject? No, a lot of the skills that you're learning exist above that, above and beyond that. Because when you put yourself through a week-long intensive and you do it well, then when you go home and you think about what am I going to do for an hour of practice, you're going to understand this, even the cycle, the sort of smaller cycle within an hour or within 20 minutes of how you warm up, how your energy builds, how you get to a good integration point with it, and then how you smoothly transition out of it and into the next thing. So you want to learn that skill in every single practice session. And you also, if you're not doing Tai Chi for 8 hours a day, you also want to start to see those same cycles in your everyday life. So these folks are going to understand more clearly where to insert a practice session, right? Do you do it at a time of day where you feel an abundance of energy and you can amplify that even more? Do you start to identify right before you have a big drop-off in your energy levels and your focus and you get just physically exhausted? Where's the best time to insert a practice session there that helps either lessen that slump or avoid it altogether? And you also start to recognize when you're down in that valley, are there things you can do to bring you up, or do you just need full-on rest? So we can talk about that stuff, and you can try to observe that stuff during your day, and I definitely recommend that you do that. But once you survive, once you go through a week-long intensive like this, you're going to have a much more palpable feel to how to actually pull that off. So I think that's pretty cool, and I'm watching these folks do it. Maybe I'll talk to some of them about it, let them know what I'm seeing during the week, and if there are any other updates or big breakthroughs or whatever, I'll let you know. But yeah, again, for all the folks that have come out, I know some folks from the Inner Form and who are on this site have showed up from out of town. Awesome to see you. I'm so excited that you came. It's really cool to finally connect and meet in person. And I know some of you wanted to make it but couldn't. I'm sorry that that didn't work out. But otherwise, yeah, getting together to do these things is just a whole other dimension to practice, which is very cool. So thanks for coming. Thanks for participating. And if you're just thinking about this in context of your regular practice, very cool. Let me know how it goes. All right.